Los mecánicos no vienen a la gala, ¿sabes? Estarán todos los mecánicos,
Los
todo.
mecánicos no, porque tendrán
Llegamos,
que...
4 discursos
o a lo
y
mejor
a
depende de
los
lo que
garitos.
quieran montar, porque de normal una moto que se llevaba o
A las
el
9 y
año
cuarto
pasado no
ya
había
se
Lleva si
acabó
ganamos.
la entrega de premios.
Si ganamos,
A las 9:15, ¿a qué hora empieza la gala?
Dicho, habrá que
habrá que llevar motos.
8:15.
Ojalá.
Y daría tiempo un día para ir a hacerte...
¿Qué?
Comprar un traje.
Ya tengo yo
¿Qué
traje.
traje tiene?
Si yo en la India ya metí traje, smoking, todo.
Ah,
Yo ya sabía que iban a pasar cosas.
¿Más cuántos?
Hace 2 meses,
lo tenías claro,
Hace 2 meses casi ya... Claro, yo bajé todo y dije, bueno, no se sabe.
Nunca se sabe, ¿no?
Y confiar.
Very nice place, eh? You are with the World Champion, ¿eh?
Sí, se monta para que no vaya rápido.
Se va a dar igual.
O volvemos a los dos al circuito o ninguno de los dos. Ahí se hacen las cosas juntos, ¿no?
I was too serious with my team. I didn't let them make any mistake. I was really focused on this. But then in Qatar, I realized that wasn't the way, so I said, okay, I will try to enjoy this weekend, try to be with my team again, try to be like a family.
No, no, yo.
3, 2, 1, acción.
Two rounds, 2 sprints, 2 Grand Prix remain, and just 2 title contenders. That is what they're fighting for. Banyaya versus Martin, who will be adding their name to that magnificent Tower of Champions.
There's just that extra intrigue, that extra spice with Pecco and Jorge because they've got such a backstory. You know, it's quite unusual that they were teammates in 2016. You know, they spent so much time together. We've even heard that they used to sleep together in the same bed.
We met in 2014 in our first test together, and for sure with Pecco we had a really good friendship. We spent a lot of time together, we were sleeping in the same room. We were really young and it was easier to be friends.
¿Qué tal con Pecco, la relación?
Bueno, la verdad que bien. El equipo muy familiar, ya somos como hermanos ya.
Gracias a ellos he encontrado una familia. The work with him is good. We try to do the better every day.
I didn't like very much the bike, so I was struggling at that point. It helped me a little bit to go fast.
Podemos decir que estamos listos para hacer un gran weekend. Espero que no vaya 100% porque si no me funde.
After Moto3, we were separated for 2 years or 3 years. You know, it's like a relationship, no? When you don't spend time together, you know, it's finished.
The relationship is good, will be always good because one thing is the circuit, one thing is it's outside.
For sure, we are not friends. We don't have a relationship, but I think we have a lot of respect for each other.
50 anni sarà... Sì, non so, non c'è più questo.
50 anni noi saremo come liberati.
We're just seeing that this relationship is getting a little bit frosty. It's just starting to cool off a little bit.
Vamos al lío.
Vamos al lío.
¿Qué tal, Pecco? ¿Cómo te va?
Bien. Todo bien, todo bien.
¿Fin de semana importante? Fin de semana importante.
Como todos.
¿Cómo estás?
Wow, de moda.
Aparte de boda, a tope.
Porque, no, bien, a tope, a tope. A reventarlo este fin de. A reventarlo.
Los fines muy importantes, ¿no?
Sí, más de verdad. Solo se puede ganar. A ver si podemos meter ahí presión.
14 puntos no son casi nada.
Ha habido carreras donde he recuperado más de 14, donde me han metido más de 14, o sea que hay que seguir soñando hasta el final.
I will attack like always.
I will take the risk, I think, for the next races and just push. Yeah.
Será más yo contra Jorge y pienso que aquí se puede haber un otro head-to-head.
A mí no me intimida, o sea que
¿Quieres que le intimida esto un poquito o no?
Puede ser.
We've got the lights, we've got the cameras, and now it's time for the action. We are racing in the sprint here in Qatar. Martin gets on the inside of Banyaya. Oh, they touch the two title rivals, elbow to elbow, going into that tight first corner. Martin goes wide. He's really, really wide. Banyaya will sweep on through. Here comes Martin, and they are going to have a proper rub there. That's a proper nudge. Banyaya gets hung out to dry. Here comes Martin. He's got through on Alex Marquez. That's where he cut through on Pecco Banyaya. Now then, Banyaya needs some big help here, some big favours from his VR46 Academy stablemate, Luca Marini. Now then, here comes Martini, squeezes Marini on the inside through the final corner. And this, without any question, is one of the most important, one of the biggest victories of his Grand Prix career. What a response by Jorge Martin. Will be very much game on going into the Qatar Grand Prix tomorrow night.
Con una certa distanza, non è che a sinistra una più bassa, invece da poi la peggiore.
No sé cómo aguantarle por fuera, pero yo ya estaba. Oh, tío, pasamos para. Carrerón. Al inicio ya, al final, el Avanti, Mani y Ballestita. Es verdad, mañana hay que acabar mañana y luego. Ahora sí. Dios, eso lo hacen los campeones. Mañana.
¿Cuántos sólidos? 4, lo gusta ahí. Sólido, tío, tengo 3-4 de la última. No sé lo que he hecho, bro, pero iba con todo. Iba, aunque estaba bien. Tío, no sabía, però vai.
È stato un sorpasso vicino, no? Sicuramente non mi piace che c'è il contatto, ma è andato così.
Jorge know perfectly that the only way possible was to be aggressive like this, and was his strategy. Normally I prefer to be more to don't touch anyone.
Yo a veces cuando me pasan pues quizás cedo un pelín porque sé que hay mucho en juego, pero tanto él como yo no cedemos y es lo que pasa, ¿no? Cuando hay estos pequeños toques.
Nos hemos tocado, pero me gusta, así que se ha abierto esto.
When he says after the sprint, if that's going to be the rules of engagement, well, okay, I'm happy to play by those rules.
It's building up to be this confrontation, massive fight.
Lights out, and we are racing here in this crucial Qatar Grand Prix. Martin missed the start. He got massive wheel spin on the Prima Prama Ducati.
That's good, man.
The dream start then for Banyaya. A nightmare first lap though for his chief championship rival, Martin.
This could get so much worse yet for Martin.
Here is Quartararo, that's lovely.
Here comes Bastianini then, making it even worse, piling on the agony for Jorge Martin.
Here comes Fabio, the Gian Antonio on the inside, he squeezes through on Banyaya. And Banyaya's going to the car park. This is just a battle he did not need to be engaged. This would be a massive 5 points going back in the hands of Jorge Martin. Trying his utmost here to hang on to this hard-earned 10th place. Pecco Banyaya takes the checkered flag in second place on a miserable night for Martin, who take the checkered flag. Here becomes a season worst Sunday.
Jorge has to be absolutely furious. out of his control when he knew he could win.
What a time to have your worst day of the season. 10th place, angry, frustrated, thinking that it's all over.
I'm frustrated for sure because I deserve also this championship and we lost a big part today. He tirado medio box, creo que ya me ha ayudado a deshogarme. Si hubiese ganado el tú a tú, seguramente tendría más rabia que hoy esta situación. Pecco, tío. Forte,
Casquinato, ciao. Tiravo 54-0 nel giro più forte, incredibile.
Va bene.
Sunday night in Qatar, there's been another huge plot twist. When you think it's advantage Martin, all of a sudden it then becomes advantage Banyaya again.
Bravo, abbastanza.
Seguimos de moda, que es importante.
So the big question is tonight the night the World Championship has been decided?
Hay que intentarlo hasta el final. Vamos en Valencia 2.0.
Beating him on Sunday, gaining this amount of points, and arriving in Valencia with 21 points was fantastic.
Arriving also behind in Valencia, I had to change a lot the mentality and the strategy.
Season finales in MotoGP are always incredibly tense, incredibly dramatic.
Valentino Rossi leads the championship by 8 points from Nicky Hayden.
You should never take anything for granted.
No, Rossi's gone down! Rossi's down! Rossi's down! Rossi has lost the World Championship.
2006, everybody was convinced that Valentino Rossi was going to be world champion. 8 points clear of Nicky Hayden. Valentino crashed. Hugely emotional victory eventually for Nicky Hayden.
The 2006 MotoGP World Champion, it's the American Nicky Hayden.
Yo estuve aquí y tengo esa foto con Valentino, ¿no? Que perdió el Mundial con todas las de ganar, así que todo puede pasar.
Pecco Banyaya seems to be the clear favourite, but he knows how strong Jorge potentially was going to be in Qatar, and he certainly knows how strong Jorge is going to be in Valencia.
He's good and he's on form and he's got nothing to lose.
Per vincere, so che adesso è difficile, ma ci può fare, possiamo mettere ancora nervoso al socio. Ancora si può. Difficile per...
Sì. Devi fare...
complicato.
No, ma come sai fare? Come hai fatto da
Spingere.
Spingere per vincere.
The only job for him is to win both races and then hope that Pecco slips up.
Pecco will be nervous.
Essere sereni è cosa fondamentale, non è facile perché la pressione aumenterà durante il weekend.
If he's nervous, maybe he can make a mistake.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jorge has said, I'm not here in Valencia to give him an easy ride. I'm not going to just say, here you go, mate, win the World Championship. You know, good luck, you're 21 points clear. Jorge has to play the mind game. He's going to do everything he possibly can to disrupt him, to disturb him, to ruffle his feathers.
Non so se Pecco parte subito, Vediamo subito. Ok. Attento. Fonsi! Attento! Fonsi, guarda sempre da Pecco, dobbiamo uscire con lui. Cercate di essere alla radio libera, Fonsi, fai te. Vai, no, via!
On board with Martin, looking ahead to Banyaya. They both sweep into pit lane together. Side by side in pit lane, side by side and neck in the World Championship. Banyaya, who peels into pit lane down in 13th place. Martin won't be able to relax as well. He's in P5.
The pressure is really on Pecco.
I don't think Pecco is going to get rattled, but Jorge Martin clearly has to do. As long as it's on the right side of fair, you have to play every trick in the book.
fatto il giro dietro di quindi ma era il migliore che faceva. Bagnolo, lui ci aspettava forse la guerra fredda. Quello non gli ha fatto bene sicuro, si è raffreddato, no? Un giro per starne dietro, dai.
Tense moments. This is cranking up the pressure as well, isn't it? Martin's trying to go with him. Is there a little bit of psychological games at play here?
Look at that, he's looking back, seeing everyone knows Pecco has to push.
Banyaya's gone into the slip road and Jorge's followed him straight in there.
Ma è chiaro che voglio puntare a destabilizzare la continuazione perché però così non è bello.
Martin's gone second. There's no dramas for him about a place in Q2. Martin's running so close to the rear tyre. Yellow flags are out in sector 2, and Martin's seen the yellow flags. He knows that he's in Q2. Wow. It's over for Banyaya. He is in Q1 tomorrow.
Jorge's laughing his head off in the helmet.
Well, you can tell someone.
It's like he just played it perfect.
Non è vero però.
No, lo so,
ma è perché ti ha dato fastidio.
Dopo Sì, dopo uscire dai box, ho visto che stavo.
Dopo mi ha fatto vieni dietro, io venivo dietro.
Sì, te ne frega un c***o. Perché c'è il microfono.
No, ho fatto così, mi ha dato vieni dietro io. Almeno su un po'.
Quello che a me è dispiaciuto è che in certe situazioni faccia queste immarcature. È assolutamente lecito, lo può fare, se pensa di avere trovato un vantaggio nel rallentare l'avversario, sta nel gioco delle cose.
What did you make of how Jorge played that session?
Nothing. I think he needs to be more focused on his job. That is better because he needs to win both races, and right now is not the fastest.
We have to play our cards, no? Try to put him some pressure. I think was the only way to do it, to go with him.
Me lo esperaba porque es más de una vez que lo hace en las últimas carreras.
Solo ho voluto stare vicino a lui, farmi sentire e niente, ho visto che erano un po' nervosi e quello mi ha dato ancora più motivazione per stare vicino. So they were a bit upset about the situation, but I mean, it's clear that it's the only thing we can do. I mean, it's not that I push him outside the track or something, no? I just follow. They should relax a little bit and you know, understand the situation.
Be in Q1 in the biggest weekend of the season, that does seriously build the pressure. It's going to be a huge Saturday morning for Pecco.
The world champion bouncing back brilliantly from a tough Friday, but he's cruised into Q2. It's green lights and go for the biggest qualifying session of the season.
Cambiamo moto.
Non ti lanciata, Dio. Andiamo subito. Dai, andiamo, Devo scaldarla, tutto.
Fuori, accendetela e aspettiamo fuori intanto.
Here we go then. These are the second time attacks coming your way here. And here is Banyaya on course for P1. Over the line he comes. 129.171 is the reference time, and he finds a 129.167.
It doesn't seem to matter how difficult Fridays are in 2023 for Pecco Banyaya. He always, and his team, they always find a way.
Il buono è questo. Sì, c'è abbiamo Vignales davanti che non è male, perché non è fermo Vignales, si inizia a scaldare la gomma davanti.
Martin's backed out of it.
He touched the green.
Dai, Dio,
Martin then now on one of the biggest laps of his season to date. Oh, he's almost out of the seat, and that is it. That is game over. He almost launched himself to the moon there, coming out of turn 4. And that means that Jorge Martin will be starting the Tissot Sprint here in Valencia and the MotoGP Grand Prix of Valencia tomorrow from down in 5th place.
Questo giro non mi succede mai, mi succede tutto insieme.
Quando non serve.
Va bene, dai. Guarda tutto, Dio.
Pecco Banyaya has his qualified second. That was a start to Super Saturday that shows why Pecco Banyaya is the reigning world champion.
There is a feeling in the paddock that Pecco can win the championship today in the sprint.
Se fossi in Pecco proverei a avvantaggiarmi nella sprint, non aspetterei la gara di domani, che alla prima curva può succedere sempre qualsiasi cosa.
Poi come abbiamo detto mettiamo K nuova davanti, media nuova, quindi è media nuova dietro.
Ecco, per adesso va con la K davanti anche lui.
Bene, abbiamo primi giri per strategia.
Sicuro che farà una gara vita persa, tanto è l'unica cosa che può fare. Se tu sta sereno.
Sí, ya adelante, no van a acabar. No. Gafas ya,
Banyaya faces match point number 1 here if he wins the Tissot Sprint. And Jorge Martin does not follow him home in 2nd place at the checkered flag. Pecco Banyaya will see history. He'll be Ducati's first ever back-to-back world champion. Is today the day for the race?
Menos mal. Mañana, vemos por mañana.
¡Vamos! Abuela, ¿qué te preguntan?
Que si estoy orgullosa de ti.
Claro, ¿está orgullosa?
Imagínate, orgullosísima.
When I won the Saturday's race, then my mentality changed a little bit. So because I started to feel that I was able to win the championship.
I was seeing him winning again, and I was 5th. So I was, and I was back to 14 points. That are okay, but not a big gap.
This is exactly what we need. The championship's got closer, the pressure's building, on Pecco especially.
It's still in your hands. How do you prepare now?
We have a good possibility. If he will win, I can finish 5th. Pienso que depende más de Jorge, porque él tiene que ganar absolutamente.
Intentaremos ganar la carrera, es la única opción que tenemos.
Pressure is on him, like it's on me.
Si estuviésemos empatados a puntos, creo que tendríamos la misma presión, pero estando a 14 yo, el que tiene que estar, el que tiene mucho que perder, repito, es él. Yo el segundo ya lo tengo y solo me queda ganar.
And you seem to be the cameras around all of us. How do you manage that?
Appearance.
Que no esté cómodo, que sufra. Ya lo hemos visto, el año pasado lo vimos y acabó noveno, o sea que si acabase noveno igual...
¿Te lo has imaginado mañana? ¿Cruzar la línea de meta y ver que es posible?
Ay, prefiero no imaginármelo.
Jorge genuinely believes now he has a fantastic chance of pulling off a sensational comeback, of pulling off a sensational turnaround.
Se puede, está difícil, pero lo mantenemos vivo. Y con que algún piloto intente pasarle me vale, porque hoy parecía que no le pasaban. ¿Vamos por Ducati o qué? Pero si no le pasan. Van todos así. Y a mí, ahí está el mono. Ya, pero...
No, lo que hoy ha sido ridículo. Si le pegaba por detrás. Si se viese que no podía, tío, se subía por encima del bolín.
Pasa, tío. Va el otro detrás. Al tercer quizá cubriéndole detrás. Bien, cubriéndole, ¿no? Bueno, pero va a ganar y el resto ya... Bueno, Marco, y calma, bro. Se te ve muy caliente, tío. Venga, pasa. Cabrón, a mí no me digas eso hoy. Otro día gane, pero ven, tío.
Si Jorge gana, invita a la copa esta noche.
Todo por el objetivo. Cuando llegue voy a venir más. Chao. Es lo que este es el único sitio que igual que tenga que levantar.
no, luego va a quedar detrás, ¿sabes? Va a ir rápido.
He knows that the strategy has to be make the start, get ahead of Pecco Banyaya, and then not attack like he normally does.
Caras hoy, vas a ver. Caras.
La pararía, pero sí es difícil, tío.
Yo me lo paso muy bien. Yo me partí los cojones allí.
Pero pide ataca, ¿Eh? Me puedo pegar una hostia. No, me da igual.
Voy a ver Viñales los dos.
¿Vas a parar o qué?
¿Qué?
¿Vas a parar?
Te vas a parar tú, bro.
No salgas tan rápido.
Claro, tío.
He needs help, he needs some allies. So Jorge's plan A is going to be get to the front and then slow the pace.
The moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. The Ricardo Tormo circuit brings the curtain down on a classic MotoGP season.
Divertiti.
Posso parlare un attimo? Il giro di scatto è tutto. Poi le condizioni ambientali sono praticamente uguali a quelle di ieri.
Vamos, team. Coras nieto.
Vamos, team. Vaya como vaya, disfruta y hemos sido los mejores. Da igual que me acabe. Gracias por todo. Es un fenómeno.
Chicos.
Venga.
Ay, tío.
Ragazzi, dai.
This is the moment of truth. This is Judgment Day. This is the biggest day of their careers, the biggest day of their lives. It's what they've worked for since they were 3, 4 years old. It's all the sacrifice, all the blood, sweat, tears that they've shed for 20 years. It's all been building for this moment, for this day, for this 27 laps. But there can only be one winner.
It's all or nothing. Pecco Banyaya versus Jorge Martin.
Vamos a helicóptero, vale, vamos a bandera verde por abajo.
It's lights out and we are racing, firing away from pole position, the dream star from World Champion. Martin's had a really good start as well. He's coming through off almost in the second place. This is game on. This is the showdown we wanted.
This is going to be a blockbuster. It'll go all the way down to last lap, all the way down to final corner.
Can Martin pounce on the run to the first corner?
Line contact between the two of them.
Wow.
Martin runs off.
That's Martin. He got sucked into the dirty air, didn't he? Behind Banyaya.
Come è rientrata, ragazzi? Aggressiva, questa. Aggressivissima.
Era troppo vicino, ha fatto gli andavano sul fiato. Questa cosa però.
Well, that's cost Jorge Martin 6 places. Binned him up to second now from Miller, Zarco, Vinales, Marc Marquez and Alex Marquez. All of those riders are between Banyaya and Jorge Martin.
He has to quickly regroup, but he's got this extra pressure on his shoulders and a bit of panic.
Martin trying to recover some of the lost places. On the inside he goes of Alex Marquez. Martin working his way firmly back into contention here. On the inside of Maverick Vinales is going to try and tough it out. On the inside they go through turn 5, shaking his head.
Martin comes through again on Vinales, but again it doesn't work out for him. Martin picks the opportunity up and goes through on Vinales. This time, that's for keeps.
Going forward. Oh, that's Marquez and Jorge Martin. They've tangled in turn 4. And that is your lot. That is game over. Pecco Banyaya is the 2023 MotoGP World Champion.
Ciao ciao, ragazzi, è andata tutto bene. È così.
Martin, wow.
made the mistakes that can happen when you have to take the big risks.
Mi dispiace, giuro che mi dispiace.
Va bene. L'anno prossimo è mio. Dai.
Dai, Jorge, dai.
Venía enchufado.
Y estaba ahí.
Yo he entrado fuerte porque estaba peleando con Zarco.
Ya ni veía, de repente he notado.
Ya, yo he entrado fuerte porque estaba peleando con Zarco y quería pasar en la 6. Pues te entiendo, tío, estás jugando un mundial. Has hecho lo que tienes que hacer, apretar a tope.
I think that I'm a rider that, I'm really impulsive and I do really what my heart wants to do. And for the future, I think I need to think more in general, overall, in all the situations.
L'abbiamo portata fino alla fine, fino all'ultima gara. Fino all'ultima gara l'abbiamo portata. Fino all'ultima gara.
Chicos, yo estoy ya pensando en el martes.
No, sí.
El próximo año.
Mañana.
Yo pienso en ahora.
El próximo año.
Esta noche. Vale, se acabó.
Vale.
I was not knowing that he was out. Is fantastic.
Ha sentito dietro, e dopo stavo recuperando. Con Martin ho fatto un stagione
You look at Pecco Banyaya now, and his name is up with some of the greats, the legends. We're seeing a sort of an era-defining rider at the moment. He's been phenomenal in 2023. He stood on the top step of the podium in the first race, he stood on the top step of the podium in the last race, and he's on top of the world. Last time the #1 plate was defended successfully was by Mick Doohan in 1998, so it shows how hard it can be. He was under so much pressure, so much focus on him.
Pressure is a privilege. Without this feeling, you can't enjoy winning or losing or doing this job. Last year I was struggling more to understand it. This year I was more inside me. And the possibility of being under pressure is great. It's the best thing possible. So I think you'll never stop to want more win.
The more you win, the more people want to see you lose. And there is some incredibly motivated riders on the 2024 grid next year who want that World Championship. Jorge Martin wants revenge on Pecco.
I can be the best. I can win next season.
With Zeki, he's going to be even stronger.
The experience makes a lot of difference.
KTM are coming.
We didn't come here to finish third in the championship.
Let's keep the motivation, let's keep going.
I'm ready to do good things.
And now they've got Pedro Acosta.
They're going to be so competitive, so soon.
Yamaha and Honda can make some progress. We'll see Fabio Quartararo again fighting at the front.
My main target is to be world champion again.
Can Aprilia get the results they deserve?
And there's a new, ambitious American team guaranteed to bring excitement to the paddock.
We will have Mark with the Ducati. Wow. Another one able to fight for a title.
I start to enjoy it more and more.
He's ready.
Grab the popcorn because MotoGP 2024 starts now.